Hi, let's talk about the ego. It is something that is thrown around a lot in spirituality, but what is the ego? And then how can we, talk about it? So, ego is the identity with your person. Person is compiled of different structures. Maybe I will not list them all, because I feel like there's more that we could talk about, but it could be your belief systems, your opinions, your past, and your future. Where you believe you're going and what happened to you. It is the identity with those things, and even the identity with the doership. I am doing this, I did that, and etc. It is the identity with the body, from which the ego comes up. First, after we are born, there comes the identity with the body, and then out of it, from using the mind, from the mind's development, in our conditioning, the mind is developing to be a person. The mind does not have to have any form, any idea of itself. The mind can be used without any identity also, and it seems to function way better because the identity itself is just a belief, but it's a very strong belief which we are being conditioned to have. So then out of it, there comes what we call ego, the person. So a lot of times you hear people say, oh yeah, I'm not egoistic, or like I'm not so egoistic, or I don't have such a strong ego. But that is the ego. It's usually taken as being narcissistic, being too self-absorbed. But it's not really, at least in the spiritual sense, it's not really meant as you being self-absorbed, yes, but it is the identity. So if there is a full belief in the mind that you or someone else is such and such person, and that there are roles which they're playing in life, like father, mother, son, boss, employee, etc., lover, enemy. The belief that the role is them, that they are their roles, is already the ego. It is as if everyone is acting, but they don't know that they're acting. It's as if you have an actor play in the theater, and he's playing King Henry whatever. And then he gets so immersed in his role, he goes home up to his wife and he goes, "Wife, did you cook me dinner?" And she goes, "No, I have not. Not yet." And he just goes, "Off with your head. Such insolence. What peasant could not cook me dinner?" And we play like this. We play in life. There's many roles, and we play our roles. And we can get better at playing our roles. As siblings, as parents, as lovers, and as many other roles that we take on, but we are lost in it. That's why it becomes not so flexible, because we take ourselves as our role, and once you identify with something, it feels like you cannot change it, because that's who you are, that's how you are. But it's not, it's the role. It's not you, it's just your belief. It's not you, it's just your opinion. It's not even your opinion, it's just an opinion which feels important. Or it feels right. So there is just this whole structure, which we call ego, which we call the person. And we take things personally. And we are very engaged inside of our minds with ourselves. If you start to notice your thoughts a little more, you will see that there's nothing outside of me. Me and what he said to me and what I need to do and what I did and then what would I like. And also, you can say that there's things about other people, like, oh, I would like to give something nice to my parents for Christmas. I would like to do something good for Christmas for other people. Yes, that's there. But it is, I would like to do something nice for others. It sounds noble, but you're still identified with the mind. There's nothing wrong with the thought itself, but the nature of the thought comes out of everything in the mind is about I, me, me, me. I am doing all of this. I am my role. I should do this. I should not do that. The whole structure is just about a made-up entity which is in the mind, which is created out of the belief that that is the body. So first, as I said, body is, then mind gets identified with it, then mind acts like an entity itself. But it's not. There's no mind running around, there's just the body. The body does something, the body is the doer, doing something in life, and then mind comes up and says, I did that, I'm the best, I'm the best. If you separate it very strongly, you will see that just things happen, body does things, things are done out of what needs to be done, and then maybe the mind wants the praise, so then it goes, I did that. There is a very thin lining, I feel like, of thinking about things and doing what is needed or what you feel like doing, but it comes out of, it requires a certain level of discernment and understanding of what actually is the ego and what is happening with alignment out of your nature. So then it really requires good discernment to know what comes from the heart and then what comes out of the mind, and the mind idea of what should be done, what shouldn't be done. So that's why the pursuit for consciousness, why the pursuit for the heart, because there we become more aligned, more receptive to seeing what is it that is the best course of action or what is to happen, but not out of an idea. There can be many examples, but you start to notice, the more you become aware, you start to notice when a thought comes up which says, this is the best course of action, this is how it should be done, this is what I'm gonna do. And then you see that thought is speaking out of something that has been put in the mind 10 years ago. And you go, wait, but that's stupid. When I think about it, that's what my mother would do. But there's clearly a way better way of doing things. And what I would do just feeds into something wrong. Or something which is not authentic or truly meant to help. Even though the mind would say, oh, this is the best thing, I need to do it like this because I know best. And if you take yourself as that one which says, oh yeah, this is the best way to do it, and you take that choice, then it might not be so great for you. It's a very thin lining to speak about because it's difficult to conceptualize this. If you want to conceptualize this, it's not gonna work so well because you want examples, and this is so vague what I'm speaking about. It's the experience of it, or it's a deeper alignment with the heart instead of conditioning from which you come from. It's very difficult to conceptualize, or not difficult. It's hard to catch, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but one thing is clear, that the ego, the person, because of the constant stream of thoughts, feels like it's always there, but it's not. Once it's seen that it is not always there and that it's not solid, then it becomes easier to make space between you and your role, you and your opinion, you and what you think is best, you and what you believe is important. And in that little space, more freedom takes place, more peace comes up, relaxation happens. Thank you.